It brings me such pleasure to look out upon a sea of faces this morning. We've all been through so much since we were last together here in April of 2019. To give us some perspective on what's transpired since then, I've compiled some of the headlines from our weekly member matters since we last met in person. September 20, 2019, join us all at a listening session on teacher pay. October 25th, why Hawaii has a shortage of special education teachers. November 1st, shortage of Hawaiian language immersion teachers. November 8th, an honest discussion on step pay increases. November 15, the need to increase hard-to-staff bonuses. December 3rd, important first steps to end Hawaii's teacher shortage crisis. December 6th, BOE approves $14.7 million in shortage differentials to start next month. January 10, superintendent proposes plan for long-awaited salary adjustments. January 17, if approved by lawmakers, salary adjustments would bring $46 million worth of raises. Oh, I forgot to say, we're now in 2020. February 7, proposal to fund teacher pay hikes passes first hurdle. February 28, 2020. Coronavirus concerns and guidance. March 13, COVID-19 FAQs update. March 18, HSTA finds Haido's announcement to delay school openings inadequate. March 19, public school educators will remain home until April 6th, but will work remotely. March 20, HSTA and Haido sign letter of agreement for public school educators. March 24, educators, students won't return to classrooms until at least April 30. April 14, the governor wants to impose 20% salary cuts. April 17, potential pay cuts delayed to at least June. Ige says avoiding cuts possible. April 24, HSTA reaches agreement with Haido on end-of-year checkout procedures. May 9, submit pay cut testimony to state lawmakers ASAP. May 15, governor backs off salary reduction plan. June 28, HSTA reaches school reopening agreement with state of Hawaii. July 2nd, tell BOE 3-foot distancing in classrooms is dangerous. July 10, BOE defers approval of school reopening agreement. July 13, we've reached agreement on distancing in classrooms. July 17, urge the BOE to continue funding shortage differentials. July 24, BOE sets special meeting July 30 to consider school calendar changes. July 27, Haido agrees to recommend delayed student start. July 30, BOE votes to delay students' return to school until August 17. August 20, CASs can choose distance learning through first quarter, Kishimoto says. August 28, expect telework flexibility as distance learning extends through quarter one, BOE chair says. Yeah, right. September 22nd, governor warns of potential pay cuts. September 25, BOE to hold special meeting on reopening telework directives. October 4th, COVID-19 impact bargaining begins. October 30, sound off on COVID-19 furloughs, our contract at session starting next week. November 13, possible furloughs delayed until January. December 9, HSTA ready to fight governor's plan for furloughs, pay cuts. December 15, HIDO announces illegal furloughs. December 21st, congressional stimulus includes $54+ billion for public schools. December 23rd, governor delays furloughs. January 4th, teacher workday is restored with pay. December 29, governor delays furloughs until at least July 1st. January 8, 2021, when you can expect a COVID-19 vaccine. January 15, 2021, HIDO details millions in potential cuts for next school year. January 19, federal law protects public education from cuts. January 22, HIDO allows employees up to 2 hours off to get vaccine. February 19, vital funding restored for next school year, but more needed. March 2nd, HSTA board approves impact bargaining on increased face-to-face learning. March 12, governor calls off state furloughs, layoffs. March 15, HSTA reaches agreement to increase fourth quarter in-person learning. April 23rd, employer backs off big salary cuts, still wants to reduce pay. April 30, lawmakers approve teacher payments, COVID-19 disclosures. May 21st, differentials receive BOE support. HSTA argues for teacher payments. June 9, bargaining unit 5 members ratify 2-year contract. July 16, BOE directs schools to offer distance learning options. July 30, HSTA freezes, reduces member dues this school year. August 2nd, HIDO continues reckless plan despite COVID-19 transmission surge. August 19, enough is enough. HSTA demands impact bargaining. September 10, submit written testimony to BOE about safety concerns. October 1st, HSTA files demands for arbitration after HIDO takes no action. October 6th, HSTA to picket HIDO BOE headquarters later this month. October 8th, evaluation pause this school year for effective teachers. October 22, HSTA files labor board complaint as state sees substitute shortage. December 17, HIDO asks governor to restore funding for 21 hours. December 21st, our vision for 2022, salary compression, TATP improvements, and more. December 29, HIDO, DOH failed to plan for school reopening in a responsible way. January 12, 2022, HSTA demands bargaining as Omicron surge triggers school closures, teacher reassignments. January 14, lawmakers will consider bills to fix salary compression and cap. January 21, BOE directs HIDO to share COVID-19 guidelines with school staff. January 25, testify on salary compression, shortage differentials at the legislature. January 28, proposal to pay teachers based on years of service advances. February 18, Senate panel approves teacher pay bills. TATP posting number 1 now live. February 25, Senate money panel greenlights paid teacher professional development. March 15, testimony needed by 2 p.m. Wednesday on salary compression, shortage differentials. March 24, HIDO rescinds emergency assignment memo, resolving grievance. March 28, final call for testimony on compression, shortage differentials. And yesterday, April 1st, teacher pay bill passed final State House committees. We've been through a lot. We've been through so much. And with regards to our bills, it's not over yet. I still recommend you contact your legislators. Tell them that they need to pass this. Tell them that this is important and that something needs to be done to resolve our issues. You know, what a roller coaster it's been. Those headlines don't even hit everything we've gone through locally, nationally, and internationally. Lack of PPE, lack of toilet paper, travel restrictions, rampant unemployment, Black Lives Matter, January 6th, Russia's aggression into Ukraine, beloved colleagues who have resigned or retired before they were originally planning to, the rise of Zoom, WebEx, and Google Meets, and students whose proms, graduations, and athletic events were completely disrupted. Despite all of this, member involvement has been critical and so very much appreciated. This includes those who simply submitted testimony, or perhaps came out for informational picketing, to school-level leaders who shouldered much of the burden when schools were without direction and navigating uncharted territory, to our convention delegates for our electronic convention last year and here in person today, along with our chapter and state-level leaders who continue to set the direction of our association. Mahalo to each and every one of you. Oh my, it's quite the horsefly. It is important to acknowledge the tremendous work done by our HSTA staff through all of this. Including our UNICEF directors, our specialists, and our office staff. They've had to pivot like we have, and they've had to be our first responders, putting out fires that will continue to flare up over and over and over again. So again, let's show them our appreciation. Mahalo, staff. We continue to face threats and uncertainty, some of them far offshore, and some of them right on our doorstep. On the continent, we see attacks on teaching the truth with false claims about critical race theory, the banning of books, and most recently, the passing of bills like Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. Those working in our parent organization, the National Education Association, are working hard to fight these things on the ground and in Congress, and with our partners in the White House and in the U.S. Department of Education. Mahalo. But you know, we're also looking to the end of federal funding to cover universal free school meals. This will be devastating for families across the country who don't qualify for free or reduced price meals, and yet they can't afford to pay to keep their children fed. And we all know how hungry kids are not able to fully focus when they're in our classrooms. At home, a lack of affordable housing continues to hamper recruitment and retention of highly qualified educators. Our teacher shortage crisis hasn't gone away and likely will get worse before it gets any better. Red Hill continues to be an existential threat to the well-being of our keiki, the entire island of Oahu, and ultimately our entire state. Red Hill must be defueled now and without delay. The Navy has shown that they cannot be trusted to keep us safe, and no amount of money that they try to throw at this problem is going to make up for the poisoning of our freshwater aquifers when these aging fuel tanks finally give way. Despite those threats, we do have a number of things on the horizon to look forward to. The bills we've been championing made it through their final committee yesterday with so many of our board members testifying. In 21 hours for next year, the continuations of shortage differentials for Hawaiian immersion, geographically hard to staff areas, and fixing salary compression once and for all while removing the Class 7 cap. Changes are also coming at the Board of Education with 3 new members, including a new chair. We're looking at a new permanent superintendent to be named in the next few months. And we'll have a new governor and lieutenant governor. And mahalo to those of you who are here this morning to help with sign waving. But what you're probably looking forward to most is just getting through 39 more days of work and enjoying a well-deserved and long-awaited summer. Mahalo to my leadership team and our dedicated staff, including my wonderful executive assistant, Jamie. And mahalo to you, Executive Director Wilbert Hulk. Wilbert, for your many years of dedicated service to HSTA, I wish you only the best in the golden years that are to come for you and Terry. Mahalo to all of you for being here, and mahalo for all that you do. Mahalo for standing HSTA strong. Hashtag mahalo educators. Aloha.